I'm Scott Denson with Homestretch, and we're going to cover the feature benefits of selling Homestretch furniture at retail. The first thing we want you to talk about and to understand about Homestretch is all products are built in the USA, made with American craftsmanship. Next, we also want you to understand the definition of value, because we believe that Homestretch is the best value on your floor. So what is our definition of value at Homestretch? It's price without sacrifice. We never sacrifice components or quality to hit a lower price. If you do that, you are not a value. You're simply a cheaper product. So what we're going to do is take you through the premium construction of Homestretch reclining furniture. The first thing that we want to talk about is the one-piece arm construction. And how do you know what is one piece? It is painted red, so it should be very easy to identify. The benefits of the one-piece arm construction are very simple. When a customer stands up out of the product, they generally push off onto the arms. The less joints in the arm, the less likely the product is to fail. Why is this important? 50% of mechanism failures result from the frame failing, not from the mechanism failing. So it's important to make sure that you put a better shoe box around your shoe. The premium construction one-piece arm gives us the strongest arm in the industry, so you're going to have less problems with the frame, but also less mechanism problems. The next and probably most important part of our reclining furniture is the solid hardwood seat box. Also want to take a moment to point out that while we're demonstrating the construction of a recliner, please know that all construction features carry over to motion reclining sofas and love seats as well. The construction of our products never change, so everything we talk about here translates to motion as well. But as I mentioned, the solid hardwood seat box is key to our construction. If you notice our seat box, the rails are flat. Where all of our competitors are standing their boards on end. What is the difference? When the boards are on end, the seats float between that seat wall. You're essentially bottoming out where you're only suspended by the seat springs, and this tends to make the seats lean to one side. You have likely had customers come into the retail floor and say, I've got a recliner that's older and the seats are leaning to one side and they're looking for a new product. This is a great opportunity to take them to Homestretch products and point out that we build our seat box in a completely different way, which is designed to overcome this. The rails are flat and the seat foam is extended to the outside of those seat boxes, where the foam never drops inside that seat wall. It virtually eliminates the seats from leaning to one side. How do you relay this to a customer? Very simple. When they come in and say that our seats are leaning, it's a great opportunity to sit them in the product, let them sit and feel the product and say this company designs their seats with a solid hardwood flat rail that is designed to keep the seats from leaning to one side. A true benefit for the customer, and again, something that you're going to service less out in the retail field. Another benefit of the Homestretch seat box construction, you'll notice with the rail standing on their end, the mechanism attachment, you'll see no mechanism attachment is visible. The reason being, our competitors are using wood screws to drill into the plywood that over time can fall out or loosen and cause noise, or actually cause the mechanism to move inside your product, causing damage and bending mechanisms long term. Whereas you'll see in comparison with Homestretch, the rails are flat, it's a pre-drilled T-nut. We drill into that and you're never actually sitting on top of the mechanism with the way our seat box is designed, but the pre-drilled T-nuts actually lock into place, so you're not going to get the mechanism moving or the screws actually loosening or falling onto the floor. The benefit from the solid hardwood seat box with the flat rails does not end at simply the seat box. This allows us to use a thicker foam in all of our products, because you're never suspended by the seat springs, and that gives the other companies a sink into feel. We have to use thicker foam cushions to develop that sink into feel. There is always going to be a minimum of 4.5 inches of foam in all of the products. That does not include the chaise pads, tops, wraps, things like that. So you truly get a thicker seat cushion. As a result of the thicker cushions, you're also going to see that we have taller seats. This is a benefit for the customer as well. It's going to allow them to get deeper into the product, so that when they recline, the thicker seat cushions and the more depth are going to allow the ottoman linkage to seem longer, even though that in most cases it's not longer than standard recliners. The thicker seat cushions allow us to get deeper into the product, and so that it provides more support to the backs of the ankles in full recline. Because the seats are taller, that means that we also have to make our backs taller. All right, this is going to provide a bigger scale when you're on your floor. Our recliner backs go as high as 46 inches tall, and our motion backs are generally 42 and 43 inches tall. So it's bigger scale, which for the customer is going to see it's larger, and that instantly provides that value feature of its bigger and larger scale, and they're getting more for their money. But what's the benefit? Because our seats are taller and the backs are taller, it's not just in scale. That means that our backs are removable on all products. Everything except wedges with sectionals has a removable KD back. And that is a true benefit because it means that you are always going to be able to get our products delivered into a home, because not only are the backs removable, but they are also on a metal rail system underneath that you could physically break sofas and love seats apart into individual pieces and deliver them into a home. So it does not matter whether it is a narrow doorway or a mobile home or stairs that go to a basement or a playroom, you're always going to be able to get Homestretch products delivered into your customer's home. So it's a true benefit, all based around the solid hardwood seat box, which is designed to prevent the seats from leaning, give us thicker seat cushions and taller backs. So all the benefits you see from here are truly designed just around that seat box. So if you learn one thing, make sure you learn how our seat box are constructed. Next, we use virgin conjugate fiber in all of the products. What does that mean? Virgin conjugate fiber is essentially a three-dimensional product. So I want you to picture a corkscrew instead of a jigsaw. So instead of just going up and down, picture a corkscrew that's three-dimensional. It's going to give you support in every direction, so that you're going to find in the upholstery product process, you're not going to find the ears, the cat ears that simply have no fiber in the corners of the chairs or the sofas, things like that. You're always going to see that our products are fully supported with foam throughout the product. In addition, we also make the product very easy to service, and its benefits for your customer. Zippers in all the areas, whether it's chaise pads, backs, or headrest, you're going to find where there's fiber, there is a zipper as well. The next thing we want you to point out is the benefit of padded sides and backs. What does that mean? It means fabric and wood never touch. Why is this important? You're going to get less damages, scuffs, scrapes, dings, things like that on delivery, but it's also important for a customer because we want them to know that even though the sofas are going to be in small areas, if they hit against the wall, things like that, they're going to get less damages, scuffs, and scrapes. It's also a great way for you to show that Homestretch does more for less, because most domestic suppliers do not use the padding on the outsides of the arms or on these front rails. So again, it goes to show that we're putting more into our product and not taking it out. We use full 7 and 8 gauge high intensity mechanisms, heavy duty mechanisms that are tested to 350 pounds. What does that mean? All products that do not rock or recline will hold 350 pounds. And if it's a rocker product, it will only take a 275 pound weight capacity because of the rocker springs. But all mechanisms are heavy duty and tested to 350 pounds. And then finally, the last thing we want you to do is flip the product over if the customer will let you. Show them what we're doing from a construction standpoint, because they'll see our finished product underneath, that it's fully finished underneath and fully upholstered. They'll see how clean the product is tailored, how well it is built, and that will give them confidence in the product and will also bring them back to shop from you. So we want you to point out that there is no particle board or OSB in our product anywhere. So make sure you point that out. We do not use particle board anywhere in the product. It is all furniture grade plywood or solid hardwood, and that makes us different than virtually every supplier on your floor. So what are the benefits of buying Homestretch furniture? It's very simple. Remember, it is built in the USA. That would be first. Second, you want to make sure that they understand we are your only domestic supplier on your floor that does not use OSB or particle board anywhere in the frame. The one-piece arm construction is going to help prevent the arms from failing, so you're going to have less service problems. Solid hardwood seat box, which is designed to keep the seats from leaning to one side. And finally, you're always going to be able to deliver our products because we have KD backs, so you're always going to be able to get it into a home. All you have to do is make sure it will physically fit inside that room. And then finally, Habitat for Humanity. For every product you sell, we make a donation to Habitat for Humanity and have since the day we started. You're simply helping a family in need by buying the furniture that you need.